a lot of the former members, Nianer, Silvervale, and Vebe, came out. Now, we're going to go through every one of them, and then we're gonna watch this clip from Silvervale, because all of these are actually fascinating. Fascinating. All rats are real, true. And so our NDAs are now void. Why I left Vshojo. First things first though, I do not know if this means that NDAs or what have you legal obligations are resolved, so I don't know if talents are still gonna get ass fucked if they tried something. I don't think it won't be a problem too at the same time because, you know, allegedly, Gunrun is broke. So, you know, maybe they don't have to worry about that too much. All rats are real. Apparently, right? Apparently, because this is where we get into it. Back in 2023, Vshojo tried to bully me into one of the most predatory contracts I've ever seen. When I tried to ask more about it, their COO got extremely hostile with me and refused to answer any of my questions, so I had to hire a lawyer in order to get some clarification. During the talks, it became clear that Vshojo would rather let me go than take less away from me. They were ultimately wanting me to give up more than half of all my sponsor revenue and over 60% of all my merch sales. All I asked for them in return is to not take a cut of the sponsors that I was getting through Mythic, as that cut was already being taken. They said no, they want it all, and so I asked to leave after being treated like I was disposable in our talks. They basically made it seem like they were my employer and now they're the reason for my success, that I owe them and that I should be happy to give them my money. Okay, we saw this from Shily's clip, right? Where, yeah, it seems like Vshojo is not happy with the presence of like Mythic. They absolutely hate Mythic, it seems like, which begs the question: they're actually turbo retarded then, because oh my god, look, I have to. The more I think about it, right? If you really wanted that kind of control over your talents, why do you insist on the we let the talents keep the IP fucking, you know, talents first thing? Why let the VTubers partner up with other talent agencies? Because if they're already part of the talent agencies, what the fuck are you, Vshojo? What are you? You don't even know what you are. Are you a VTuber agency? Are you a talent agency? Are you the weird fucking abomination in between? What the fuck are you? That's the problem. You don't have a proper, like, definition of what your business is supposed to be, like a clear vision and direction. Like, what do you do? What do you give to the people? Like, they're actually asking for all the good PR aspects of, you know, being all pro talent and everything, but they also want to operate and get this and get their same cut the way a traditional agency does it. They want their cake and they want to eat. They want to have their cake and eat it too. Basically, these goddamn people. Oh, Crimson D4, thank you for the super chat. I mega appreciate. Filian said there won't be a best corpo award. Oh, actually, you know what? Maybe good for her. Probably a good idea. It's a meme coin. That's the Vshojo vision and mission rug pull. Maybe. Armchair made a long Vshojo business analysis 2 weeks ago. Called it a ticking time bomb. Oh, we all knew. Chat, we all, well, not all of us, but like a lot of us knew that Vshojo was basically a ticking time bomb. That eventually it was gonna implode one way or another. I said this multiple times in the past. What have yous. Anyway, in order for me to leave, they demanded I sign an NDA that prevented me from speaking to any other talent about it. I could not say why I was leaving. I could not say what the terms that I was saying no to were. I even got in trouble for advising them to hire their own attorneys. Wow. So literally, when Vebe would warn other people, Vshojo literally, like, you know, told them, yeah, we could potentially fucking sue you for that. They would watch my streams, read my Discord, and threaten to sue me if I said anything that hinted toward how I really felt about the company. I was threatened with a lawsuit. If you guys remember, back when Vshojo, back when Vebe and Co left the company, they made a little teaser in the back of their art where they were where a letter, a Vshojo invitation letter, was torn to shreds. It's crazy. We thought they just ran out of money and not steal money. Yeah, no, exactly. Sayo, that makes, like, I feel like because like we sucked Vshojo's cock too much, right? I feel like if Vshojo announced that they were disbanding not because they ran out of money, people would have been very much forgiving of that. They absolutely would. In fact, maybe, just maybe, if Vshojo decided to be very transparent to their talents and say, hey, we may need to have a little shift in direction because we're not making enough money, or our business is dying, if this keeps up, then Vshojo dies, then maybe the talents would actually agree to, like, you know, relinquishing some portion of their streaming income or fucking whatever the case might be. Like, if they just tried to preach, or to actually do what they preach, and like be a talents first, fucking be honest with their talents and be like closer to them or fucking whatever, like they played ball basically, then maybe none of this would have happened. But no, they just had to be as ruthless as Nijisanji, for example. Another one of their leave terms was that they will announce both me and Silver on the same day in order to minimize the damage to their company. Their CEO has begun to push a narrative on 4chan, yes, I'm serious, and other social media that I am leaving because I plan to join OTK, that both me and Silvervale are troublemakers, so they were letting us go. I remember this. Twitch removed the gun run emote, Nithagi? Yeah, no, I saw on Twitter, yeah. And I saw that on, you know, on Rima's stream. Yeah, I remember this. I remember a time where I also saw a lot of like impressions that, yeah, Silvervale and Silvervale and Vebe were being a bit of a bitch. And TBH, a lot of us believed it. Because a lot of us were... This was 2023. In 2022, Vebe literally like was super bitchy towards Shy Lily. So to a lot of us, Vebe being a bitch to everyone wasn't within the realms of impossibility. It was very much plausible, and even a lot of us even thought that that was likely what happened. We immediately believed it. Silvervale, a lot of people might have believed this, because if you guys remember during the Wizard Game saga, a lot of people were thinking that Silvervale was like fucking anti-trans people, fucking whatever the case might be, right? Like, yeah, crocodile tears at the wazoo, just causing a lot of trouble. Whoa, making Fruit Loot bad, all these sorts of things, right? Like, yeah, no, absolutely. They planted that rat, and a lot of past events kind of not conformed, but like, you know, it gave a lot of credence to the rats. So, wahoo, I guess. Yeah. And Nyanners too. Later I found out that Nyanners wanted to leave around the same time due to being unhappy with the contract. Nyanners was also part of this too, because if we all remember correctly, Nyanners was one of the most vocal people during the Naxtaku drama. So yes, we also thought that she might have been, yeah, a massive bitch. Goddamn. But was told she couldn't because it did not fit their narrative that they were pushing internally and externally. The amount of hate we've gotten over leaving, from fans calling us greedy bitches to people saying we're abandoning our friends and tossing aside company because we're successful enough, shit was fucking painful. Not being able to say anything sucked. So now I have to wonder though, how much of the internal drama between, like, you know, these three members and the other members that decided to stay versus like what was actually real. How much of that was fake and was like actually deployed by the staff members and the management, and how much of that was real? Like, yeah, Iron Mouse distanced themselves from these three people. Did Iron Mouse distance herself because she didn't like them, or because she was told not to do so? Like, who knows at this point, right? Truly, who knows? Because the absolute astroturfing muddies the water, and that was intentional. Anyway, I only found out I didn't get paid for any of my sponsors after I had already signed the NDA. After 2 years, I still had not been paid back fully. To add insult to injury, they also demanded I had to pay them that 10k for some of the anniversary assets, which they then sent me back months later, half finished. Despite all of that, I've had immense faith that the company has gotten better over the past 2 years. I assume they rewrote their contracts after... Yeah, true. We did do this. Chat. We did do this. We did all assume that they must have, like, their contract must have changed or something to accommodate for better people. That's crazy. But not just that, it's also this. Not paid, but also demanding money? Holy fuck. Holy fuck. There he goes again with we. I mean, I say we as in like the people that also thought like I did. Because, I mean, a lot of you guys are always skeptical, but a lot of us were skeptical, then started to believe, and then became skeptical again, and then started to believe, and now absolutely do not like them. Like, it happens, right? Like, we, again, like I said, not all of us, none of us are immune to propaganda. You are not immune to propaganda. Anyway, clearly this was not the case. Now for some fun facts. Their company lawyer has an expired law license. He literally does not practice law anymore. Yet he was our point of contact for any legal help we needed. I wonder why. Is it because they're cheaper? Interesting. They actively pitted us against one another during my time there and compared our success to others. They tried enforcing streaming schedules so that our view count would look better due to less overlap. I mean, to be fair, this is kind of standard for a lot of agencies, I would like to think. Yeah, if you share a lot of, if you share a big overlap of audience with other people, then it might be better for both you and the other party to, like, make sure your streams don't overlap, but whatever. This one, absolutely not. They would always shit talk other VTuber agencies. They literally would spend company money to get a tiny dig at them, especially Hololive. It literally lived rent-free in Gunrun's head. This was funny to me. This is where the ego part of their thing comes from. They were convinced that Hololive was over when they signed Kson and Nazuna. This is... Oh my god, dude. Holy crap. Hololive lived rent-free. Why does that happen? Why are agencies like this? I have seen too many agencies say that they can be better than Hololive, and they always meet the same fate. Dead. Buried, even. Why, though? It literally lived rent-free in Gunrun's head? What makes you think Vshojo was gonna be bigger than Hololive? Genuinely. This is the part where I think their ego absolutely got in the way of their talents first approach. Like I said, right, they weren't thinking about their image at this point. They were thinking about their ego. No, Vshojo had to be better than Hololive. Had to be. No, I will not have it any other way. Yes, I will spend fucking millions of yen, fucking 50, 100 grand just to, like, give off the impression that fucking Vshojo is better than Hololive. Broski, Gunrun was probably jacking off to my video, to my fucking The Redemption of Vshojo video. He was probably jacking off to that video thinking, holy crap, hell yeah, this is what I want to see. Yeah, Hololive is over. Yeah, we have Kson now. And this is why I think Nazuna was definitely a PR thing. They absolutely stole Nazuna just to stroke their own ego. They absolutely used the poor bitch. I'm Gunrun and I can confirm this, yep. Our previous talent manager got ghosted for 6 months by Gunrun. Told not to do any work for us, then got fired for not doing anything. During this fiasco, we weren't able to get any assistance. MTD got reprimanded for being creepy to us, lol. Got told not to message us privately. Go figure. They messaged her privately. Not only Nazuna, but Henya and everyone from Niji, yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? We ate that, Miro. We absolutely ate that. Whenever, like, Vshojo stole from another company, we ate that the fuck up. That was like hype. That was like, ooh, yeah, baby. Fucking keep fucking, scaring these other agencies and like stroking the competition so that they'll scared and try to treat their talents better. We ate that. We like that. Like, I think, at least I did. You guys really do not want to associate themselves with it. But yeah, no, I understand. I understand if you guys never truly believed in it. But me personally, and I imagine a lot of other people, yeah, a lot of us did. A lot of us absolutely believed it. I have proof from other streamers attending their IRL parties that Mountain Dew would actively shit-talk me after I left the company to paint me in the worst light imaginable. Don't know why you're acting innocent on Twitter, pretending you weren't aware of anything. Can't wait to see all the shit that comes out about you because there's loads, but those aren't my stories to tell. Okay, so who is this MTD guy? Okay, Mountain Dew is this guy. We talked about them in my first stream. This guy was somebody that left 2 months ago, back in May, right? Blah 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 blah. But then, never really active for anything. But then during the peak of the drama, bro decided to come out of the woodwork and say, "Nah, bro, what the fuck? The absolute gun run? The gun run." Turns out, he was actually in on it. He was actually in on it. Hold on, we'll get into the details of that later. But it's pretty fun. It's pretty funny because, boom, Nyanners came in. Hello, Nyanners. MTD had the audacity to talk shit about you to my face at a party the year that we all left and painted you as some kind of conniving, greedy, mean girl who was in my ear and manipulated me into leaving Vshojo just because you wanted to join OTK because your boyfriend Soda is part of that org or some personal gain or some shit. He got uncomfortably close up in my face and was like, "Come on, I know the real reason you left." I'm gonna try doing this right now, bros. I'm gonna try doing this right now. He got uncomfortably close up in my face and was like, "Come on, I know the real reason you left. I know it was because of Vay. She talked to you into it." And it was infuriating. I know he spread that same shit to other staff, talent, and other industry people. Seeing one of my closest friends get dragged through the mud like this was awful. You absolutely did nothing wrong and had so much shit flung at you. Yeah, absolutely. Stop it, disgusting. Oh god, you made it worse, I think. Yeah, dude, whenever I see look, you know how I like to show not tell, right? But basically, he got comfortably close and up in my face, like bro literally kabedoned Nyanners and said, "Oh, I know the real reason why you left." Like he's some sort of anime bad boy trying to convince the Hime or the tsundere that she to admit her feelings or fucking something. Like holy crap, that's fucking crazy. It's so cringe. It's absolutely. And look, I made a TLDR of the thing that we I made a TLDR of the things that that bro did, right? And basically, from what we've discovered and from what a lot of people, including Nyanners' boyfriend Aethel, said, he apparently goes on astroturfing on 4chan just to spread rats about rumors about the girls and other agencies, pays money to shit talk other agencies. I don't know why. I feel like if you are so hateful, you have too much money in your hands to like actually pay money just to shit talk other agencies. That's fucking stupid. We learned that he's a creepy sex pest. He serial harasses other people, fucking, DMs them in the middle of the night trying to, I don't know, because anime girls do anime things. It's fucking weird. And then, like we've seen here, he pretends Pikachu face. He tries to pretend Pikachu face and act all surprised when I think we can all see that, holy crap, he may have been in on it this whole time. I see where the money went then. True. Bros are so stupid. They actually spent money. They spent more money trying to trash Hololive than to like sustain themselves. It's so funny. PC hate was a psyop. Yup. Dude, 100% I think they were actually like one of the biggest fuel fanners from the Nijisanji and the Hololive hate. You know what? Agent LK might even be like one of these guys' astroturfing accounts. Absolutely. So all VTuber industry run by 4chan. The exact opposite. A lot of VTubers operate around 4chan. Whether they like it or not, 4chan is the ghost that everybody avoids. 4chan is the ghost that everyone in the industry hates but wants to use. Right? Everybody hates 4chan unless they can get info out of 4chan. Everybody hates what 4chan says unless what they think is funny or trashes people that they don't like. Everybody thinks 4chan is schizo and you shouldn't trust them until they actually start dropping important information from would-be leakers. I'm not saying you should 100% trust 4chan because you absolutely shouldn't. But when you have a guy like this doing that, actually paying money to AstroTurf fucking bots trying to like harass other people and down other agencies. Boom. Boom. Scooby-Doo villain. Exactly. Sydney's Adnopos. Oh, and John Cloud, thank you for the five gifts, dude. Thank you. I appreciate that. Why is Vshojo glowing? They were always glowing. They were always glowing. It's so crazy to me. Seriously. And then I saw, okay, another thing too is that K-San on air. I also saw a lot of, while this was happening, I was like doom scrolling Twitter for the most part. I saw like K-San, oh, here we go. K-San is absolutely crashing the fuck out, dude. Not 50%, referring to Hololive. Not 2%, referring to Nijisanji. We are going way beyond. I am here to announce the new record. You know he typed this shit out fucking fuming, right? The I am 0% share by the name of Talent First. Ha ha ha. Dude, she is crashing out. She is super mad. She is on a warpath. She's actually angry. And understandably so. Understandably so. Yeah. Yeah. It's not about the money. It's about the dreams they shattered. I shattered. All about because I was too dumb to believe talent freedom was truly possible. Many stars looked up to me, believed in me for what I'm doing. I'm so sorry. I know I let you down. Well, one, she didn't. Nobody. K-San didn't let anybody down, because, like I said, nobody's immune to propaganda, right? But I think the more scarier implication of all this drama is the concept, is the prospect that talent freedom, having a VTuber agency with the modus operandi of Vshojo, where the talents own the IP, X, Y, and Z, is not possible. Hololive and Phase Connect and Nijisanji is as best as you can get for a big corpo or a medium to big corpo. Unfortunately, that's the reality of the VTubing industry that is currently going on right now. Because the illusion that an agency like Vshojo can exist, that shattered. We now know that Nirvana doesn't actually exist. Earth is a cesspit of very greedy fucks, of people desperate, clawing out fucking their fellows, leaving them out to drown just so they can breathe air and fucking live on land and fucking survive. That is the actual reality of the industry now. Heaven does not exist. We're gonna be in hell forever, bros. And we're all just fighting to see and to occupy the throne that sits atop it. That's all this is. That's all this is. Yeah, well, that part is obvious. It's more obvious now that, you know, Vshojo's business model doesn't actually work. Or rather, that we have a more concrete, like, you know, confirmation that it doesn't actually work. That's so encouraging, Dian. I was trying to sound like super Machiavellian, you know, doom posting vibe.